Hi guys, so in this episode I wanted to talk to you about hypnotherapy, specifically about past life regression therapy invented by Dolores Cannon. So perhaps you heard about this lady. She already passed on, unfortunately. However, she left a huge legacy in the United States with her daughter. Also a lot of books on that subject. So she based all of those books not on her own knowledge only, but also on the therapy with her clients. As we will be discussing this more deeply, you will find out what this book contained as well. So my name is Saskia Kalvinek. I'm a psychosexual therapist and also a hypnotherapist, specifically the past life regression hypnotherapy. I do that with my clients sometimes just as an addition to the session. For example, if they want some more relaxation, I can do hypno exercises with them, for example. However, also some clients contact me purely so that they can go through the whole process of the hypnotherapy. So what I would normally do is to give them from around 1 hour to 2 hours of normal counseling, just coming in for a session and talking about their problems and why they actually want to do the hypnotherapy with me. And later on, we would do 2 hours of the hypnosis itself. No longer than 2 hours. It kind of depends on the person, how fast we can go through the whole process. So before the session, I usually ask the clients to write down the questions about their life, also their expectations. So they would normally ask things like, what is my path in life? What should I do in life? Did I see this person in the previous life, for example? The whole idea of the past life regression therapy bases on spirituality. So also on the assumption that all of us have previous lives that we've lived and that we have a higher self within ourselves as well. So apart from our logically thinking brain, just day-to-day tasks and life and information, etc., we have also the subconsciousness, which comes out during the hypnotherapy as well. So all of those questions are for the subconsciousness when we bring the person into this hypnotic state. So people would ask also, for example, why are they sick? The sickness is actually quite relevant in this therapy because often the client would feel much better. For example, if they had asthma, sometimes if you go back to the previous life, it might occur that this person died as a result of suffocation, etc. So anything related to breathing. And then when this person actually finds out why this happened, why the asthma or similar kind of sickness is related, this sickness is also gone. So that's what was the result of the sessions with Dolores. I also had really nice results with my clients. So they reported that there's less tension, that their migraine is gone, for example, if they had persistent migraine. So that the therapy is actually healing for the whole body, not only for the mind, as we go through a realization that we had previous lives, for example. So the first session, as I said, they just go through their whole life, why they wanted to do the therapy, and then we move forward to the hypnosis. So the client would lie down just comfortably. The room would be shaded, not shady. Basically, I would put them into this state through reading through the text in a different voice, in a more quieter voice, in this hypnotic type of voice. So the first lines in the script would be related to visualization. So I'll ask client to visualize, for example, a bird, a tree, etc., so that the brain can reprocess itself to thinking more in terms of symbols or in terms of just images. So the brain is really focused on those things. That's why our dreams can also convey a lot of information. So we are aiming to be in between daydreaming and sleeping, yeah? So in between those two states when we have dreams, so that they can still talk to me about what they see, however, they will be in a hypnotic state. So our first phase, normally, our first type of interaction with the world would be, for example, daily tasks whenever we are doing something. The next one would be type of doing something, however, in a daydreaming mode. So for example, driving a car. Yeah, so it's the same activity for a longer period of time. Or also if you're just closing your eyes and just sitting there with yourself, that would be also this. The next state, it's when we are falling asleep. So that's a theta state to which I'm trying to get to you. And next is a deep phase of sleep. So there will be nothing else. We would not have dreams anymore, and this state will be deep, deep down in the sleeping state. So we are trying to get you kind of in between so that you can still talk to me about what are you actually seeing there. So then we would proceed to taking you to a safe space. I would ask you to explain to me what would be your most beautiful place in the world, most safest and most beautiful place that you can think of. So from there, usually people would pick a place with a sky. So I just ask them to have a look at the sky, find a cloud, go up to the cloud, just wrap yourself around this cloud, to tell me how does it actually feel, the cloud, when you're sitting on it. It might sound a bit fantastical, but it works. So then with this cloud, you're going through the time and space, and I'll ask for you to come down off the cloud and at the most appropriate time and place. So that would be when you go into your past life. Yeah. So I try normally to do 2 to 3 previous lives, the most relevant ones. So the subconsciousness would guide us through to which life we would go to. So you can be even a fly in a different dimension, on a different planet, etc. So when we do all of this, when we find out what your previous life was about and how this actually helps, this knowledge about this life, and then we move forward to speaking to subconsciousness. So subconsciousness would be speaking to us as they, okay? So it might sound a bit strange, but people speak in a third person to me, yeah? So they know, right? So subconsciousness knows everything about you. So when I ask all of those questions that my client brought in with them, then they can answer those questions. However, sometimes they will not do that for us. Sometimes they will go around in circles. Sometimes they don't want to give a straight up answer because they usually say they know this. They deep down, they know this. So that's why I always tell clients to just look inside of yourself. So your subconsciousness said that deep down you do know what you're supposed to do in that certain situation. However, sometimes they do respond in a different manner. So questions can be really nicely answered as well. I also ask them to fix the client. So if they, for example, had problems with the bowel, with bladder or something like that, then I ask them to focus on this particular area because they have certain issues with this. So during the time that we are chatting with the subconsciousness, they also heal your body. It does sound fantastical. It is based on the spirituality and all the assumptions that come with it. So for example, Dolores's books would be basing on the sessions with clients. So she would ask different questions such as how the earth started, how humankind was created, and all of her books also answer all of those questions. So those stories about how the earth was created and what is it about the humankind and all the existential questions, they are very much repetitive during her sessions. So over the years, when she had thousands of clients, she realized that there is a pattern how people actually respond to her questions, and the story was repeating itself all the time. So that's why she decided to write some books about it, and in the next videos I'll explain how it went in terms of her sessions with client, what was my experience as well. So stay tuned and look me up as well for appointments or just out of curiosity. I write a blog on my website, so it's www.loveempowermentclinic.com.au. So over there you can find my blog. There's many interesting resources for you if you have any sexual issues. However, I'll be also writing about hypnotherapy. Also, if you want to look me up on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and TikTok. Actually, I've been pretty popular on TikTok, just 4K now, 4K of subscribers. So it's been really great over there. So have a look at it, and there is a 15-minute consultation, free phone call, just to have a chat with you about your problems, sexuality or hypnotherapy, if you would like to have a chat about that, and then book a 1-hour appointment. So you can book this 15 minutes on my website as well. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoy this explanatory video on hypnotherapy, and there will be more to come. Thanks.